Hey everybody, it's Aram Banyan.
Timothy Bennett here.
Welcome to B&B Banter Bros Goes to the Movies. Today we are... Oh shit, we should probably do shout-outs and stuff first. Do we have any?
I don't
think anything new's popped up.
No. Not too much.
Yeah, we'll skip that then. You know, obviously like we've been saying...
I'll start doing some more shout-outs. How about when people start emailing us? That
Right.
gives it a little more worth of a shout-out.
Right.
Otherwise, if we start doing it on Facebook, which we appreciate. Thank you. Keep doing it.
Yeah.
By the way, I've been doing a little bit better commenting back and responding and whatnot, but...
I've got to remember I can actually respond.
Right? I told Jason that too. It's like, hey, you can respond too. Don't be shy.
Right? No shit.
But I was, you start sending us emails, and then it gives you first place into a shout out for sure.
For sure. Yeah, we'll make up a really good shout out for you.
Yes.
But today we are...
Foghorn and everything.
Right. No shit. Today we're going to be talking about Charlize Theron.
Yes.
We
The
decided
beautiful,
to...
tall blonde.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I have like a gigantic crush on her. I personally think she's one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen.
That's funny. That's what Jason was saying too.
Oof. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. She is. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. She's one of my Hollywood crushes.
Yep. Rightfully so.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the day and still now, I don't think she's lost anything.
Except for in the movie Monster.
Well, yeah, but that was all makeup and shit.
She transformed herself.
Oh, did she?
She gained all that weight.
Good for her.
She was like, that's among her looks. She's actually very talented as an actress.
Oh yeah, she's a great actress. I wasn't trying to downplay any of that.
Nope, I'm just saying, seems like she's a whole package.
Yep, she's
foreign.
She's South African, I believe, right?
Yeah. She's South African, and I think in her early days, when she would talk,
you could probably hear the
accent a little bit, but it's basically gone now.
Well, yeah, I mean, A, she's probably spent enough time in America, and B, she's probably gotten better at her craft. She probably can drop it pretty hard.
Yeah. I'm fascinated with people who can do that, because I can't even speak a foreign language properly. Or accents. Nope.
Who the fuck was I listening to? Oh, I was watching 8 out of 10 Cast Us Countdown, and this comedian Kevin Bridges was on there. He's Irish or Scottish, one of the two. Mm-hmm. Thick brogue. But then all of a sudden he just dropped it at one point to make a joke about how he could speak with an American accent. He perfectly fucking fluent. I was like, what happened?
Damn. Yep. That's impressive. Why is it that it seems like, especially British or Irish, that area, they can speak American.
Well, I think because
so much better than we can.
Well, I would assume because it's the base language. I mean,
yeah, but it's. I mean, there's a difference, but yeah, I don't know. We botched it. We botched the whole English language.
Oh God,
we just came up with the American language.
Yeah,
because we're all about American slang.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a reason why there's a term Americanizing things.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're getting off that topic. We'll save that for another day, another venue.
Old man rants.
Yeah, shit.
It'll be our next episode, our new podcast show, Negative Nancy's. That's all we do. We just talk about
Negative Nancy's with Tim and Aram.
Yep, just shit that pisses us off.
No, it really grinds my gears.
Yep. That sounds like us.
My favorite has always been Jack Lemmon from My Fellow Americans, where he's like, it gives me the red ass. James Garner's like, the red ass.
But yeah, so Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
She is gorgeous. We've already talked about. Yep. She is South African. I have no idea how old she is, but... Oh,
well, I mean...
She's definitely
There's a computer and 2 cell phones in this room. You'd think one of us could figure this out, right?
Basically 3 computers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that...
cell phones are basically handheld computers.
My phone has more CPU power than my computer in high school.
Oh, for sure.
And I was not even 20 years ago.
She's 45. Holy shit, 45 years old.
And she still looks fine, damn good.
Oof. And she's shorter than I thought.
Yeah?
She's only 5'10". I mean, she's only a couple inches taller than me.
Yeah, she's Kaylee's height.
Huh. I thought she was I don't know why I thought she was 6'7" or something.
I mean, I thought she was roughly close to 6 foot, I suppose.
Her presence in a lot of movies seems to be
domineering.
Yeah, domineering, or like, and she seems to tower over a lot of people.
Maybe it's just because of her figure. She's very like lanky. Very, like,
I mean, that's possible.
I don't want to say skinny because that's not necessarily true.
What did they say in the replacements? Wiry.
She's very lanky.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a very petite but lanky build.
Yeah. She's got a sports build essentially.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, she definitely looks.
I made her sound like a car there for a minute, but
yeah, 2-door. Yeah, red interior.
She's definitely not a sedan.
No, she has apparently something that I learned was from her watching an interview.
Yeah.
About her was that she doesn't like her shoulders. She thinks that she has large shoulders, and she wishes that they were smaller. But maybe
that's a really weird thing to focus on. But I mean,
we're talking about her height, right? And I'm thinking maybe that's what it is.
Maybe, yeah.
It has this weird effect where because of her lanky, skinny, I don't know, whateverness, and her shoulders, maybe has that kind of tall look to her.
Yeah, that's possible.
She has a very like narrow face too, kind of a longer, narrow face, and I don't know.
That chin just tapers to a nice point.
But either way, we're gonna talk about her tonight.
Yeah. So, let's go over. What do you want to go over?
I want to do a quick shout out to Jason, who couldn't make it today because he is currently getting ready or setting up his band to play a show tonight.
Don't look at me. Don't look at us.
Yeah. Just don't look at me.
Yeah.
But
what's the name of their label again? Concrete Head.
Concrete Music.
Concrete Music.
Yeah, on Bandcamp.
I think it was Concrete Head. What the fuck that was about?
CMCBandcamp.com or something like that, I think. But yeah, they're playing tonight. So at the Keller, Keller Bar attached to Red Carpet, and
we hope you went because this will be released after the show. So
absolutely,
I hope you went and supported them.
Yeah, I mean because we couldn't,
and then listen to our podcast.
Yes,
those are the two things we asked.
Couldn't be there because we had a job to do.
Right. Someone had to do it.
Yeah, so
we can't all be in bands.
Right, although he did joke about, it's like, I wonder if they'd get upset if I just didn't show.
I mean, you said he's the bassist.
He's the bassist.
I've been to at least one show where the bassist was not present for the main band, and no one noticed.
What was it, a 3-person band?
No.
Okay, so
it was Slipknot. So
oh well, yeah, I was at that show too, but
it was decidedly not a 3-person. 9 is a multiple of 3.
Yes, it is, but we're not doing math.
I'm just glad I can still do some math like that. God damn it, I'm getting stupider and stupider.
Either way, I hope you went and seen them. All right, back to Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
So the thing that I think me and Aram were talking about a little bit when we were kind of looking at her filmography and stuff, something that we realized about her is that she has a lot of films that we've actually seen her in that we just kind of spaced out. And it's not like she's an A-list actor.
Yeah.
She's not like under the radar by any means.
Oh,
but
not
for
at all.
whatever reason, me and Aram both agreed, wow, she's in that? Oh yeah, she was in that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So many things that we just forgot that she was in.
Yeah, and it's sad to say because it just seems like at a certain point in her career, she just wasn't a main, focus, and it just kind of pushed off to the side a little bit.
It seems to me that when she was doing like dramatic work and like things of that nature, the more serious stuff, she wasn't the main focus. She had so many other actors that were just overshadowing her. Like we talked about, one of the first movies Tim and I both remembered was The Devil's Advocate.
Yep.
And in that, you got Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves, who are the main focus of the movie, just eating up all the time in the movie. And she became, even though she's a big part of the movie.
She is, yeah.
Like, she's Keanu Reeves' wife, but she's kind of forgotten to some degree.
Yeah, she's Keanu Reeves' wife who then gets seduced by the devil.
They make it seem like she was raped.
They do, but it also seems like there's like kind of like a spell casting kind of.
Yeah, a lot of
it's a weird twist. Fantastic movie, but
oh yeah. but yeah, she becomes basically, she has like a few pivotal points in the movie, but she's kind of a lost character.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's the first movie we can think of her in.
And it's not because she does Full Frontal, but the biggest scene I remember her in is when she exposes. She's at the church.
She's got all those
she
cuts.
Stands up, and she just
cuts.
drops her robe and exposes herself. She has cuts everywhere because that was basically the most impactful thing that she did.
Yeah, exactly.
In that film,
it's telling us the fact that around the same time she was in The Mighty Joe Young.
If anybody remembers that movie,
and we completely fucking forgot about that. Movie.
I had the VHS, but
I'd never seen the movie, to be completely honest. But yeah,
I mean, it wasn't terrible.
No, there's another movie. Remember we were talking about there was another gorilla movie that overshadowed it. There's one with like Rene Russo or something in it.
Is that maybe about Jane Goodall? Is that
no? That's a Sigourney Weaver movie. That's a different one.
Oh, well, I have no idea.
That's Gorillas in the Mist. Hold on a minute.
too many gorilla movies coming out at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was Congo. I feel like it was, but can't have a bunch of freaking monkey movies coming out.
Well, yeah,
it wasn't 12 Monkeys, was it?
No,
because that wasn't.
Hold on, because it was like about like a rich lady that I think had a baby gorilla or something like that. Buddy, that's the name of the movie. It came out in 1997.
So is it even before Mighty Joe Young?
Yeah,
I don't remember that movie.
Yeah, it's Rene Russo is the big name. Rene Russo and Robbie Coltrane, Pee Wee Herman, Alan Cummings. A lot of people that look a little bit perverted. But yeah, that's the other movie that around that time that I remember about being about gorillas. So there was like Congo, Buddy, and Mighty Joe Young all came out within a year or two of each other, I think. And that kind of that basically is how that one got overshadowed, I think.
Well, either way, she did a good job in The Devil's Advocate, and then she goes and does Mighty Joe Young as the lead star right next to Bill Paxton.
Was that a Disney movie?
I feel like it was, but I don't really know.
I can't remember offhand.
Yeah, it says Walt Disney on it, so.
Oh, cool. But yeah, so she did that. I can't really remember what she did after that, though.
So right after that, in 1999, she did The Astronaut's Wife, which is a movie we were talking about too. We completely forgot that she was in that. Like she plays.
I completely forgot about that movie. Is the problem?
That's fair. It's not really hard to forget. It was a very, as we mentioned, very dry and subtle alien film.
It's a lot of like non-build up to a specific 30-minute ending.
Yep.
That was all the more like shit you needed to know.
Yeah, it was.
It could have been a short film.
It was an original idea, but it was definitely just it fell flat. Anyway, that's not the point. Is she plays the wife and could not have guessed that. If that came up in trivia, would not have
could have forgotten it real quick.
Yeah. No. Who plays Johnny Depp's wife in The Astronaut's Wife?
Yep.
No idea. She would not have been on the list.
Oh, for sure.
After that, she did 99 The Cider House Rules, which I never saw.
Oh, in 1996, she was in 2 Days in the Valley, which I remember watching.
I never saw that.
It's one of those. In the mid 90s, it seemed like they had. Pardon me. It had a lot of those movies where like it was like converging storylines almost, like various characters intersecting with each other, almost like Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
But not as quite laid out. And that's kind of what 2 Days in the Valley was, if I remember. Because like James Spader is a hitman that's supposed to kill Danny Aiello, who's like a thief on the run. And he ends up meeting another. It's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of forgettable. Just because it was formulaic at that point, I believe, but it's not a terrible movie. But that was probably actually the first movie I saw her in.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely not the first one I think of. I forgot she was in Trial and Error.
Yeah, I never saw that.
That's Michael Richards and Jeff Daniels. It's actually pretty good.
Yep, never saw that one.
She's the love interest, which, I mean, what else would she be in that one? Cider House Rules, Reindeer Games, which I remember sort of well.
Like, I remember the movie, and I know I've seen it, and I remember not hating it.
I remember the ending, mostly.
Yeah, mostly. I think it's just because it's kind of that whole, like, on the side of the road or whatever, or off the road, and the truck, and snowing, and he's just got the fucking Santa
He gets to town, and he goes
thing.
for that piece of pie he kept talking about. That's the throwback thing. He's like, oh, I'm going to get that pie.
Yeah. I
Fucking Ben Affleck.
I don't remember it being terrible by any means. I do know that Danny Trejo is in it, and I like him, but... I
can't remember. I didn't remember Danny Trejo being in it.
I can honestly say, though, it's once again, I do not remember her in it.
I honestly speaking, I don't think I've seen that movie. Well, when did it come out? 2000? 2001.
Yeah.
I probably watched it in high school at some point. And
Yeah, I feel like I
saw it again.
Probably watched it at least 10 years ago.
It's one of those movies you saw it once, you're like, okay.
Yeah. And she goes and does the Yards, which has Mark Wahlberg in it. Never saw
that one.
Yeah. Men of Honor, which we were kind of talking about.
Great movie. She's not a very big character.
Yeah.
She's Robert De Niro's wife.
I know the movie is a very iconic film, but I remember watching it. Couldn't tell you shit about it.
It's got some really good scenes. I think I own it, maybe.
Yeah.
Very possibly.
Then he goes and does The Legend of Bagger Vance, which I really enjoyed this film when it came out.
I only seen it the one time, and I didn't mind it.
Yeah, it was one of those things, because Will Smith, Matt Damon, two guys for 2000s who were pretty prominent. And
I think they were on the rise at that point. I don't think they were that prominent at that
Will
point.
Smith was...
Well, this was
star
post
at that point.
This is post Independence Day for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, because I think Independence Day was 94.
Was it?
Yeah, it's fucking old. It's an old movie. But he was already a star, and Matt Damon was definitely rising because he had already done a handful of films that were very.
Had he done Good Will Hunting by that point?
I believe so. I believe that.
Because 2000. Yeah, he had to have done it.
I believe that Good Will Hunting was 90 something,
99, 98
maybe. But he shortly did. Born Identity. After that. Yeah. And he was in Dogma too, which was in the 90s.
Yeah,
too,
that's true.
So but he wasn't the star he is today.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of thing. But yeah, and it was, once again, I don't remember her in it, but I remember the film very well.
Yeah, I don't remember her either. Yeah. But I've only seen the movie once.
Yeah.
Like that was one of those ones. I got so tired of golf movies. Because for whatever reason, at that time, I also remember, at the time I saw The Legend of Bagger Vance, I also watched, The Greatest Game Ever Played with Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, and it just seemed like everyone had a fucking golf movie for some reason.
That's what they do. That's what they did.
One sports movie went really well, so we got to make 95 of them.
And then they did the same thing with magicians and shit like that. They had 3 or 4 magician movies that came out.
The Prestige and
The Illusionist. Were the big two that
came out almost
in the same year, I believe.
I still like The Illusionist better.
I like The Prestige better.
I like The Prestige, but I would actually like to read the book.
Is it the same though?
I think I caught the last few pages of the book, and it's not the same ending.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, is it supposed to be?
I believe it's supposed to be
its own thing.
I think it's supposed to be based off the book, but I think they took some liberties. If I remember the ending that I read versus the ending of the movie,
because I didn't know it would be a book, but
yeah, I think it was a book first.
Knowing Christopher Nolan, he
source material and whatnot.
Yeah, either way, yeah. The Legend of Bagger Vance, I enjoyed. I agree with you. Yeah. I remember the golf movies.
Yeah.
I am a sucker for this next film, but I don't remember how long ago I seen it. I seen it a couple times when it came out. And once again, this is something I'm going to bring back is she has a tendency to work with the same actors multiple times. And I think that's pretty interesting because so far she's worked with Jeff Daniels a couple times. Yep. To this point in 2000, she's already worked with Jeff Daniels twice. She's worked with...
And then what was the other one? Did I miss it?
He was also in that highway show, whatever, 2 Days in Valley.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But she will go work with Keanu Reeves a couple times, and this film right here would be the second film that they did, which is Sweet November. Mm-hmm. And it's basically about, a businessman or whatever like that who goes and finds this woman and basically they have sex, but they're not supposed to have a relationship. They're just one night standing it kind of thing. But she is basically each month she picks out a guy and has a relationship with him, but not supposed to fall in love.
Interesting.
Because, well, spoiler, she has cancer and she's going to die.
I was going to ask if she was dying.
Yep. So, but it was.
I remember there being one where like one Keanu Reeves movie where he was like in love with this chick that was dying. I just couldn't remember it.
Yeah, it's a decent film, you know, and I'm a sucker for Keanu Reeves, but she, so she just the second time she works with Keanu Reeves, and I haven't seen the next couple.
I remember
films.
The Curse of the Jade Scorpion. That's a Woody Allen movie. It's him and Helen Hunt and Charlize Theron and a couple other people pretty big in the movie. It was okay. It's a Woody Allen movie, so I mean,
yeah, you're gonna get
it's got its own sort of
particular
like,
kind of humor and
he plays like a 50s detective.
Wallace Shawn is in it. Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, there's plenty of people in that one. The next couple I haven't seen, then we get to The Italian Job.
I've never seen 15 Minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. Waking Up in Reno and Trapped, I don't recognize. Yeah, 15 Minutes. Why does that one sound familiar? Actually, hold on a minute.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those. Basically, the next big
15
film.
Minutes. I remember this one vaguely. Yeah, it's Robert De Niro and Ed Burns are basically tracking an arsonist.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, Kelsey Grammer's in that movie too. Good for him.
So basically, you have what I would say The Legend of Bagger Vance and even probably Sweet November were like those mainstream, probably bigger box office kind of hits. And then they go into The Italian Job, which would be the next biggest, I think, film that she's well known in. I do remember her in that as soon as I remembered that.
As soon as you remember that The Italian Job is a movie, you're like, oh yeah, she's in that movie.
Yeah.
Her and Mark Wahlberg.
Yep, that's twice.
And Edward Norton.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy.
He is the bad guy, which it's not a bad movie. I enjoy. I don't even remember if I saw the original.
I didn't see the original. To be completely honest, the best parts of the Italian Job for me were the side characters. Jason Statham, Mos Def, and Seth Green were the best parts of that movie for me.
That's right. I remember Seth Green.
Handsome Dan, I think, was Jason Statham. Seth Green wanted to be called the Napster
because he was a tech guy.
Well, he claimed he invented Napster, and then his roommate stole it from him and took credit.
I do remember that. That's right.
So that was what he started wanting to be called the Napster.
That's right.
He said that the name of the program was a dig at him because they took it while he was taking a nap.
I remember that because the actual guy who created Napster or whatever featured in the film.
Yeah, he played.
You see him
the
sneaking into the room,
comes in and takes the floppy. That's how old the movie is. It's a floppy disk.
Yeah, 2003.
And then you have Monster, which I honestly have never seen.
Nope. I was gonna watch it before you came over, but I didn't get time to because I've never seen it either. But this is the film where.
This was her like breakout movie.
Yeah,
like
she was a producer in as well.
Really? Okay.
But yeah, it was that she method acting kind of thing. She like gained a bunch of weight. You know,
it's the same kind of shit like Christian Bale did for The Machinist, where like he lost a shit ton of weight.
Yeah, it was a lot of. She did a lot of. Work to do this role and do it correct because it is based off a true story.
Pretty much, yeah.
And
Eileen Wuornos.
And yeah, I mean, I believe like she won awards for it.
Yeah.
I remember seeing
this movie was a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, for her and in general, it was a hit movie. Like, and it was a big deal for her. Like when I say it's her breakout role, like this was like the role that set her up was like an A-lister.
Yes. I think this is the one that people went, oh, damn.
Yeah. She can act.
She can act.
Yeah.
Like, God damn. That was, yeah. I want to see it. I remember when it came out, watching the trailers, and it did not seem like my kind of film.
Yeah, I mean, but also at the same time, I mean, you look at when it came out. I mean, we were teenagers, so
yeah, and it didn't really particularly spark any interest for me. Yeah. But the older I got, and the more it's always been on my mind because like, I really should check it out.
Yep,
and I'm
the same way.
I'm not a fan of Christina Ricci either. I'm just not a fan of her. I've never really been a fan of her.
I've kind of always had a crush on her, but that's me.
I mean, she's cute. She's adorable. But I just, as an actress, I don't think she's anything to brag about.
She's not. Yeah, she's a fine actress. Like she's not. I don't think she's going to win any awards or anything, but she's fine.
But I just think that these two in this film,
yeah, they did well together.
Yeah, I need to watch it, so that way I can understand what the whole hype.
I haven't seen the next one, but I really should sit down and watch The Life and Death of Peter Sellers.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
I mean, Peter Sellers. You know who Peter Sellers was, right?
I feel like
the Pink Panther.
Oh yeah. Okay,
that's Peter Sellers.
Yep. Okay.
And this is Jeffrey Rush doing like a biopic.
Well then, I mean, I like Jeffrey Rush, so he's
so he's supposed to be playing Peter Sellers.
John Lithgow's in it too.
Ooh.
Hell yeah, I love that guy. Well, it might be worth watching.
Yeah, I heard it was really good. Peter Sellers was kind of an interesting character in and of himself.
Yeah. Honestly, she did a couple others, like Head in the Clouds, North Country, never saw that. Aeon Flux would be the next one, 2005. And that was one of those where you started to see, once again, she was breaking out of the stereotypical what women can do.
I think this was the first action movie she did.
Yeah, and obviously it's probably a lot of CGI and a lot of wire work and all that stuff, but it was probably it was probably her first fight scenes and stuff. So she actually put in the work, and it's a bizarre film. It's really weird, but
if you watch the cartoon at all, you understand that it's strange and it's supposed to be that way.
I definitely remembered her in that though, because this is her second time being the lead. Right next to Monster.
Right.
I don't think she was a lead in anything.
I don't think there was anything as big budget as that until
she wasn't a lead in anything. Well, okay, I mean, maybe
like North Country looks like because she's on the fucking cover.
On the cover. Yeah,
that and Head in the Clouds, like she might have been the lead, but I don't think those were like big budget, big blockbuster movies like the way Aeon Flux was supposed to be.
Yeah, and Aeon Flux wasn't that great of a movie, but
it was supposed to fucking, turn some heads, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of something where if it wasn't for what she did, like her capabilities and whatever, I'm sure she probably took a little bit of a hit on her career. She probably could have boosted out because it didn't do all that well.
Right. But this might have easily just been one of those ones where she wanted to do it because she wanted to prove she could. Maybe. And it might have been the perfect catalyst for her to do that. I mean,
yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't think I recognize anything else.
Well, they have Arrested Development listed here, and I remember the episode she was in. It's slightly offensive, but like funny all the same because she plays a mentally challenged woman that Jason Bateman falls in love with.
I've heard about that.
So like it is what it is.
Slightly offensive, yeah. I could see that.
But yeah, in the Valley of Ella or Allah, I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know that one.
Nope.
Battle in Seattle, I've never heard of. Sleepwalking, I actually saw, and not a bad movie. It's her, Nick Stahl, and the girl from The Bridge to Terabithia.
Okay.
And basically, Nick Stahl, I think, is her uncle or something. Basically, like Charlize Theron's the mother, who's a terrible mother who just like abandons her.
Okay.
And then Nick Stahl is, I think it's her uncle who takes her, and basically they go to the farm that he and the mother grew up on, which is owned by their father, who's Dennis Hopper. And Dennis Hopper's an asshole, and eventually Nick Stahl kills him because he basically almost assaults the girl. Her name escapes me, but basically almost assaults the child. And then so they go on the run, and then Nick Stahl basically like leaves her with the authorities at one point. But like the whole thing is like he's kind of just been floating through life because of all the abuse he suffered, and like that he said at the end, he was like, I've been sleepwalking through life. Like he like writes her a letter. And it says like, I've been sleepwalking through life and you helped me wake up and shit. It's a very cliche ending. It's actually not a bad movie.
Yeah. I don't know why it always sticks with me, but anytime I hear the title of the film in the film, I think of Family Guy when They make fun of that. And Peter's like, there it is. They said the title. It always sticks with me because I think it's funny. Sometimes I almost feel like it's forced.
Yeah.
So you recognize that it's there. I'm like,
just in case you didn't know what this is about. This is what this is about.
Yeah.
But and then she did Hancock,
which I enjoyed.
I loved it. I was really hoping that we would get to see the sequel that he had planned.
Yeah, is that not in the works?
It may be, but I mean, fuck, Hancock is almost 13 years old at this point.
Yeah, but hey, it didn't really do all that well.
Valid.
I mean, I don't know if it did all that well. I don't think it was like a flop, but it definitely didn't do as well as it probably cost. And it may have been one of those where
this, I would assume, probably didn't do as well as like The Rundown, which was another Peter Berg movie.
Hell yeah, I like The Rundown.
Yeah. So the guy that did The Rundown did this movie, and Peter Berg. As far as I knew, Hancock 2 was supposed to be in the works at some point. I don't know if it happened.
Yeah, you know what? To be honest, probably not. At one point, it was supposed to happen, but it's not on Will Smith's filmography list of possible films. So, yeah, I don't. And Bright 2 is on there. Bad Boys 4 is on there. So,
oof.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening.
Oh, sequel city, here we come.
Right? Then apparently they're doing a remake of Plane, Trains, and Automobiles.
Why?
Right?
Please tell me it's him and The Rock. That would be hilarious.
I'm intrigued, but yeah.
That's where I belong, casting.
Hancock, once again, Jason Bateman.
yeah, Jason Bateman. I like to say, and she's okay. I will say it this way: she is a wife character, like she was in The Devil's Advocate, but
she's prominent this time.
She's more prominent, and she has, and somehow for a movie that is not as complex as The Devil's Advocate, she has more depth, I think, to the character.
Well, that's because she plays a bigger role. She plays a...
That's valid.
She basically plays
She's the third lead, I guess. There's no real way around it.
It depends on how you want to look at it. As character development, she would be...
second lead?
Yeah, she'd be second lead. Out of, like...
4.
Placement of, I don't know, actors or whatever, she's definitely the third.
Yeah, because there's only 4 real actors of any prominence in the movie. I mean, you have Will Smith, Jason Bateman, not Jason's, Jason Bateman, Charlize Theron, and the guy who plays the villain, the guy who Hancock chops off his hand.
I don't remember that guy.
So
I know who he is. I don't know his name.
Yeah, I don't know his name either. I know he's in tons of other stuff, and he's a good actor. But that was the first thing I saw him in. But those are the only 4 real actors in the movie. Otherwise, no one else is of note.
Eddie Marsan.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
No, I've seen him in stuff. And
he's a good actor. I still love when Jason Bateman cuts off his second hand at the end of the movie and he's like, "You didn't."
I liked it. I liked the movie. I liked her in it too because she obviously has, like I said, a really important part.
I think the bridge she makes between Jason Bateman and Will Smith in that respect, I think is really cool.
Yeah.
I still love the ending when they're like walking out of the ice cream shop and he's like, I can't remember who he asked about. He was like Alexander the Great or somebody like that. And she's like, and he's like, what do you mean,
I think one scene that always stuck with me is when she throws the fridge out her house.
Yeah.
And just pokes a big hole and her fridge lands on the neighbor's car or whatever.
Well, she hits Will Smith with it, doesn't she?
I think so, yeah.
Or she hits him into the fridge and he goes through the house, yeah.
And then I like how the next morning she just casually walks out to the fridge and grabs eggs and bacon.
That's right.
Nothing happened.
They're like, what happened? Oh, Hancock sneezed.
Yeah. That scene always stuck with me.
That one was really funny. I do like when she's like, well, the two various things, like his powers versus hers, because she starts creating like twisters around hers. I can't remember. There's like a juxtaposition of the two powers like when they face off. And then he calls her crazy versus he doesn't like being called an asshole. She doesn't like being called crazy. And she doesn't say anything. Yep. Like, call me crazy one more time.
I don't remember what that. There's another thing that's from that I always think about. Call me crazy one more time, other than.
Oh yeah, because I mean it's the classic Hancock, like call me an asshole one more time.
Yep. Then she goes in the burning plane.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, I don't think
I never saw The Road, but I know of the movie, and
I don't remember her in it.
She's the mother. I think she's only like a blip woman in the movie. Yeah, I think she's the mother of the child that Viggo Mortensen takes.
Probably. Yeah, it's probably just a flashback or something, which is why. Yeah. In the movie, to be honest, it's a very, very boring film. It's a lot of walking. It's a good film.
Yeah,
but it is boring, and it makes me really not want to read the book because I've heard the book is just as boring.
Yeah.
So, not that discredit or anything. It's just I don't remember her in there. Then she does Astro Boy, 2009, which
she was an animator of some kind.
What it says, our friend's narrator voice. So
I wonder if it's like a video in the movie that she narrates.
Maybe.
I've never seen it, to be completely honest.
I never saw it, but I do remember when it came out.
I do too. It was kind of a big deal because everyone was like, Astro Boy!
Yeah. Never saw the next couple
the short video and the other... they're two short videos, so like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But the Young Adult in 2011, I saw that, and I didn't see it on purpose. It was Kaylee.
I watched it thinking it looked like it could be okay, and it's a story about a woman who has grown so like selfish and somehow persists to be so through the entire movie.
She's basically a 30, almost 40-year-old woman who still acts like she's 16.
Yeah. Yeah. She has some amount of success from something, I can't remember what.
She was a fiction writer.
Oh, is that what she wrote a book? Yeah. Okay.
She returns back home to small town Minnesota.
Ugh.
Yeah, really paint a bad picture for Minnesota.
Right. And then you got Patton Oswalt, who's brewing whiskey in his garage.
Yeah, I actually like his character, though.
I did, too. I thought...
He's actually probably the only thing I really liked about the movie.
100%. And not only that, but I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
Especially at the end when Charlize Theron, like, sleeps with him out of pity.
Yep.
I felt worse for him for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's almost like he had a friend for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then just completely botched
she
that.
Just turfs that out.
Nope, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Yeah. And Patrick Wilson is the guy that she can't seem to get over.
Right.
It's like her first real love or whatever. And I don't even remember the whole
couldn't
story because I couldn't stand. She did a really good job at being the worst person in the world.
Yeah, no shit.
That's how I felt. She basically reminded me of Amy Schumer.
Which we discussed last episode? Or the episode before, one of the two. One of the last couple episodes we talked about. I just
fucking hate Amy Schumer.
Oh, we just discussed it on the Judd Apatow episode, the fact that we just disliked Amy Schumer.
Yep. But either way, no discredit to her. She did a really good job at making me hate her. I would say that that isn't a big film by any means, but
no, that was kind of her, like, it was like a low budget sort of
indie
like
film,
indie-ish film.
But it was definitely one I saw, even though they had a couple decent actors like Patrick Wilson, Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
But Prometheus came out right after that in 2012, and that was a big film.
That was a big deal for so many people.
Yeah, and she already at this point had a decent credit to her name. Yep. She still didn't disappoint. She was still a prominent character, and she was very vital in the first Prometheus. We'll see if she even makes anything else in that world, but I thought it was very appropriate. I thought she did a really good job. I think so. I don't really remember, to be honest, but excuse me, I think so. But whatever it is, she did a great job because she's very villainous.
Yeah, she was villainous without being an actual bad guy.
Yeah,
like she was just very cold and calculating.
Yes, and it was great. She did a really good job, and it made me really go, don't fuck with this bitch.
No, she has that look about her when she decides to turn off emotion and like be cold.
Yeah, she's
disconcerting.
Yeah.
And
she just knows how to lock up that jaw, and that's it.
Yep, and the fact that her eyes, the eyes are the same thing. Like, her eyes are just striking enough that when she decides to turn it on like that, it's very, like I say, it'll put you off ease.
All I can say is, damn, she looks good when she's villainous.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she basically takes that and then she steps it up into Snow White and Huntsman, where she is the villain.
Yeah.
She plays the witch.
She's acting opposite Chris Hemsworth on a piece of wood.
Yeah.
It's Kristen Stewart, but I think she's got about the personality of a piece of wood. So,
and I hate her too.
Yeah,
so I can't disagree with that.
You could put Plank from Ed, Ed, and Eddie in that movie, and it would have been the same fucking thing.
I think the only thing I actually thought she did okay in was Underwater.
Yeah,
but it wasn't really her necessarily. I thought she was fine. It was just a film I enjoyed.
She lucked into good writing for once.
Right. Although I didn't mind that movie with Jesse Eisenberg where he's like a stoner assassin.
Oh, American Ultra?
Yeah, that wasn't terrible. I didn't mind her in that, but either way,
but
I don't like her.
But she's a throwaway character in that one, too. Thank God for that.
I feel like they're making a sequel to that, too.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Either way, she plays
the evil
witch.
queen? Yeah, the evil queen or the witch or whatever.
She does an amazing job.
See, I never saw it, but like...
I enjoyed this film.
Yeah?
I really did. I could not stand her, Kristen Stewart, but if she could have been replaced with anybody else, I would have accepted it.
I would rather chew glass than watch any Kristen Stewart movie.
Anna Kendricks would have been fucking better. I'm not a big fan of her. But I liked the movie. Chris Hemsworth just got out of being Thor and made it really big in all the fucking Marvel films. Like, this is kind of like his out from just being a Marvel character.
I'm not just Thor. I'm also the Huntsman.
Yeah, and I enjoyed his character in it too. But
yeah. Then we move on from there to A Million Ways to Die in the West.
And okay, so I love this film, and this is the only film. Now, she is a gorgeous woman.
Yeah.
But this is the one film that I have such a huge crush on her in, and I have no idea why. I just think
cowboys.
I just think she's absolutely gorgeous in this film. I actually think it's the hair, to be honest. She has the long, wavy hair. It's not straight. It's not short, and she plays a lot of roles. That's like her hairdo is all
her natural hair, I think, is like shortish.
All I know is like she typically has very, very short hair, and if it's long, it's like straight.
Yeah.
So very, very seldom do you ever see her with waves. I think that's really what it is, and it just accents her face very well.
The only thing I will say about A Million Ways to Die in the West, I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was hysterical, but the one spot where he walks into that barn and there's Doc Brown working on the DeLorean, I thought was fucking hilarious.
Yep. That was
that
pretty
odd
good.
Throwback I thought was great.
Yeah. I enjoyed the movie a lot. I liked it. To be honest, I liked it a lot better than Ted.
Yeah.
Ted was good, but like this, I don't know. There's something. It was something that you didn't really anticipate to come out, and to me, it hit the spots that I didn't realize. It was
Neil Patrick Harris was good in the movie too. Like when he's doing the mustache song.
That was great.
Thought that was good.
It was great.
I don't know what it is.
Ryan Reynolds' cameo in this one as well.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He plays Guy. So and Ted, he does a cameo where he's Patrick
Warburton?
Yes, boyfriend at the party at where Flash Gordon does a bunch of coke. I think it's.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
it's been so long since I've watched any of these
He walks
movies.
in and they're holding hands. So he's supposed to be like his boyfriend or whatever. He doesn't say anything. He just walks in and just waves and then walks away.
Hilarious.
In this one, he's a guy in the bar where he just stands up and he's like a cowboy outfit. And he just stands up and then he gets shot. So
that's funny. Hey everybody, it's Aaron Banyan. Stay tuned next week as we continue our discussion on Charlize Theron.